The Rings of Power Episode 6, now out on Amazon Prime for you guys to go and check out. We are going to discuss this insane episode right now, but let me know in the comments below, what did you guys all think of this episode? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Smash it down in the comment section below. Smash that like button and click subscribe as well. And without further ado, let's discuss Episode 6 of The Rings of Power.
Without it, what am I to be?
Okay, so episode 6 for The Rings of Power is now done and dusted. And boy, oh boy, what a freaking episode this was. Oh my gosh. This episode was absolutely bonkers insane. Loved. This is probably my favorite episode. I loved this episode so much. This just had everything you wanted to see in a Lord of the Rings show. This episode is all about action. It is all about a battle. We haven't had a battle that I can remember since the opening sequence of the show where they do the flashback. I don't think we have seen a fully fledged army v army battle yet. But we knew that that's where it was going to leave off last episode. We left off with the orcs marching towards the watchtower and them coming across the sea with their boats to come and help Middle-earth. Now, this was just absolutely insane. I mean, it starts off like this whole episode is dedicated to this moment, to the people coming across on the boats, to the watchtower and the orcs. This whole episode revolves around them. So there's no Halfwoods, there's no Elrond or the dwarfs at all in this episode. We are strictly on this moment. And it doesn't disappoint. You start off with this insane orc march coming up to the place, but they actually do trick them. And it's a pretty cool idea to buy themselves some time so they can get back to the village and reinforce the village to take down the orcs. And as they're doing all that, we get some development with our characters. The Dark Elf guy, I mean, he's absolutely awesome in this episode. It really is cool. And then as it falls to night, the orcs start coming again. And I love that sequence, that scene where he's just sitting there and he's looking at the horizon and you just see the torches. 1 torch, 2 torch, 3 torch, 4 torch, 10 torch. And it's just this massive army. And you just know shit is about to hit the fan. Like, this is what we've been waiting for. We've been building up to this moment. We're finally getting a battle. Who will win? They come in. They've obviously set up a trap to trap the orcs and that. And it's actually quite clever. Things start to go wrong, but they work it out. And then the big battle begins. And they've got the orcs there trapped. Start slicing them up. The Dark Elf guy, he comes across like this giant orc. And, dude, I'm not going to admit, he's getting his ass freaking handed to him by this orc. Like, he was about to get his eye stabbed. But obviously his missus comes back and saves him. And everything's like, cool. And they all start cheering him like, so they defeated the orcs. They kept the relic thing safe. Cool. What more is there to do? They think the father is dead. They think he's just died up there. It's all sweet. They've won the day. But a twist happens and they start to figure out, holy shit, wait a second. These aren't the orcs. Only some of them were orcs. The others were the rest of the villagers that left. And I love that twist of it. I was like, wow. That makes total sense. Why would the father send all of his orcs down to be slaughtered? He knows that there's going to be a trap. If they trapped them up there with that sort of plan, he knows that there's going to be a plan down there. And so he sends them down instead, which is the smart play to do. And it just gets insane from there as the orcs come down again, as they all start picking them off one by one. They start to go back in the tavern and lock it all up. It's absolutely insane because the orcs come marching in, and this is where shit really gets insane. As they knock the door down, they get in there, and they've got him by the throats, and they obviously the father is like, yo, mate, just give me the sword, and I won't kill anyone. And then so he just does it anyway, kills them anyway, starts killing people, and he's like, the girl is next, which is his missus, and obviously the son then goes, here's the thing, and gives it to him. And just as that's about to happen, you start to hear rumbling. You start to hear it, and you're like, wait a second. What is that rumbling? And it starts to get louder and louder and louder and louder. And as dawn and daybreak begins, you just see over the mountain, coming down, it's the people off the boat. And they are coming down on horseback, and they come in. Gladriel is there, and this is where stuff gets absolutely insane, mate. Gladriel was a beast in this, man. She's doing stuff off the horse, flipping off the horse, like slicing orcs as she's running through. It's like freaking awesome. I'm like, bro, I want to be an elf. I want to be an elf. I want to be able to do that shit. That's cool as. It's so cool. Whatever you think about her being a woman, whatever you think about her being a bad character thing, you gotta admit, the shit that she did in this was freaking cool. Like, come on, man. Like, I don't care if you're female, male, whatever the fuck you are. That is sick. To be able to do that, bend off the horse while holding it down and just coming through and slicing an orc, that is just insanely awesome and cool as. So the battle goes on, things start to get absolutely destructive, like people are just going everywhere, blood, God, like we're getting orcs sliced in half, we're getting people stabbed. It's fucking awesome. It's awesome. Was just so cool. I'm sitting there like, bro, this is Lord of the Rings. This is what I wanted, and we're finally getting it. So the father takes off the relic. So Gladriel goes after her, and so does the king, that the one that was with her. He goes around the other way, and as they get closer and they cage him into like the forest there, boom, they get him. It's absolutely fantastic. And then obviously they get the relic and that, and they capture him. They start talking to him and that, and he's like, oh, I killed Sauron. I'm the one that killed it. And you're kind of like, okay, so what's this guy playing at? But anyway, so you think, cool, they've won it. They're having a feast now. They've won the battle. It's game over. It's done and dusted. And you're like, right, okay, so what now? What's going to happen now? As someone who's never read the books or anything like that, I'm like, where the fuck do we go from here? Like, they just won? Like, it's over, right? Surely. But no, the old father had another plan. He switched around with the relic, and it's actually an axe in there. I don't know if the kid did it or the father did it, but it does, and the old man gets it, and he uses it and unlocks this turny thing that makes the water come down. And obviously, we now see why they were digging those trenches, and the water runs all the way to the volcano, and the volcano explodes. And it's an absolute spectacle. Like, that visual of the volcano exploding was absolutely incredible. And as the ashes and everything, the lava starts falling, this big, gorgeous shot of this freaking lava smoke coming down, and you just see Gladriel staring at it, and you just see it in her eyes as it comes closer and closer, and as it hits, boom, episode over. What a cliffhanger. What an awesome episode. I love this. This is my favorite episode. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for episode 7 now. I am super, super excited. I have a feeling that we might not pick up this storyline here. We might go to the Halfwoods and Elrond story for the next episode, and then come back episode 8 for this. So I think that could be the possibility, but I love this episode. It was freaking awesome. The action was great. Just visually beautiful. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. And we're finally pushing this plot further along than prolonging it like it had been. So let me know in the comments below, what did you guys think of this episode? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Smash it down in the comments below. Smash that like button, click subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe and peace out.